So hello everyone. So today we're gonna talking about adding and subtracting some real numbers. So basically, let's go just straight to some real example. So the first question over here is 3 plus 6. So that is quite simple, right? So everyone knows 3 plus 6 is equal to 9. So the answer right here is gonna be 9, right? And the second one, what we can see over here is like they all have 5 as the denominator. So what you want to do over here is like just add up the number at the top, right? So everyone knows 4 plus 6 is equal to 10, right? But it is not complete yet, so we have to simplify it. So here we know that 10 is equal to 5 multiplied by 2. So we just cancel those 5 and then we get the number 2. So 2 is the answer, right? So over here, what we have is negative 4 plus negative 1. So basically, we put down negative 4 and then here this part plus and then negative. So here there's a bracket on negative 1. So obviously it's gonna be it's always it's gonna be this, right? So like this is how it's gonna work, right? So it's gonna be negative 5. So the answer here is negative 5. And then on question 4, things get a little bit complicated. So before we doing this, we have to putting out this. So you know, so over here this sorry. So over here we got negative 1 over 2, and then so here this part is just gonna be negative 3 over 8, cause plus and minus. So you're gonna it's gonna be negative, right? So we can see over here, like here, so the 2 and the 8 are different. So the way we do it is we simply make 2 become 8. So the way how we do it is like we just multiply 2 over 1, we multiply 4 over 4. Okay, so this is the way about how we doing it, right? So we want to make the denominator the same thing. So we want to make it become 8 2. So we have to multiply. So this is gonna be the same thing, cause 4 over 4 is equal to 1. So it's gonna be equivalence. So let's move in further. So negative. So here 2 multiplied by 4 is 8, right? And then 1 multiplied by 4 is also 4. And then you negative 8 over 3 over 8, right? So after that, what you're gonna do is, since both are negative, so it's gonna be negative, right? And those are both negative. So that means what we're gonna do is 4 plus 3. So it's gonna be 7. So the answer here is negative 3. It will be negative 7 over 8, right? So the answer here is gonna be negative 7 over 8. So let's move in further to some other problem. So here what you can see is some decimal places, right? So those are some decimal. So here, so negative 1.6. So here is plus negative 2.3. So it's gonna be negative 2.3, right? So how you gonna do it is you just add them up. So cause both are negative, so it's also going to be negative. And then 1 plus 2 is equal to 3, right? And then here what we have is 8, 6 plus 3, so it's going to be 9. So the answer here is negative 3.9, right? And the next one is negative 3.5 plus the negative 2.6. So obviously it's going to be negative 3.5 then minus 2.6. And then since they have the same, they are both negative, so it's going to be negative. So 3 plus 2 is equal to 5, right? Oh wait a minute, okay, so wait a second. So here another way to do it is like 3.5 plus 2.6, right? So So remember, since both are negative, right? Those are both negative. So actually, you add them up, it's the same thing. But remember, you have to put the negative at the beginning, right? So yeah, or you remember, okay? So you have to put the negative at the beginning. I mean, here since those are both negative, so you add them up, you add negative, you're gonna get the right answer. So 5 plus 6 is 1. So you put a dot, put a 1 over here, right? You put a 1 over here. And then 3 plus 2 is 5. 5 plus 1 is equal to 6. So it's going to be 6.1. So the answer since are those negative, so it's going to be negative 6.1. So that's the answer, right? And then let's move on to question 7. So this question is a little bit different. So it's 13.4 plus negative 11.4. So it's going to be 13.4 minus 11.4, and then 13.4 is positive, and then negative 11.4 is going to be negative. So obviously 13.4 is bigger than 11.4, so the result is going to be some positive number, right? So here you have 4 minus 4, so it's going to be 0. And then you have 13 minus 11, so it's going to be 2, right? So you know the answer is going to be 2. So another way to do it is 11, you just simply doing this. 4 is 0, and then 13 plus 11 is 2. So it's actually, 2, right? So this is another decimal, another fraction question. So obviously what you see is that, they have, so here is negative 4 over 5 plus 9 over 20, right? So this is negative, this is positive. So but they have different denominator, right? They have different denominator. So we want to make 5 to become 20. So we can do it, right? So what we're gonna do is, so you know that 5 multiplied by 4 is 20, right? So 4 multiplied by 5 is 20, right? So you multiply by 1. So right now it's equivalence, right? Right, so the further step is, so it's 5 multiplied by 4 is 20, right? And then 4 multiplied by 4 is 16, right? So and then you plus 20.9, right? And then after that it's going to be, so you can see here is that negative 13.20, negative 13 over 20 is actually bigger than, since this is bigger, it says negative, so the result is going to be some negative number, right? So it's going to be negative some negative number. So what you're going to really what you're going to do over here, let me use the eraser. What you're really going to do over here is do the negative 16 plus 9, right? So negative 16 plus 9, so you guys get it, right? So it's going to be negative 7, right? It's going to be negative 7, right? Yeah, okay, so it's negative 7, right? So we cannot simplify this, so therefore this is the final result, right? So this is the answer for, so it's negative 7 over 20 is the answer for question 8. And the next one, is question 9. So question 9, so basically over here you have negative 8.6 plus 4.9. So obviously 8.6 is bigger than 4.9. So the result is going to be some negative number, right? So the more, the detail about this question is over here. Okay, so there's going to be some negative number, right? So what you're going to do is doing something like this. So you get it, right? So it's going to be 16.16 minus 9, so it's going to be 7, right? And so since we already take 1 from here, so it's going to be 7 minus 4 is going to be 3, right? So it's going to be negative 3.7. So that is the answer, negative 3.7. And then moving on to question 9. So question 10. So over here you got a 0. Then you got this, right? So it's going to be 0 minus 8. So obviously it's going to be negative 8, right? So 0 minus 8 is going to be obviously going to be negative 8. So what we have over here is like we have negative 12 plus 12. So remember, like when you adding, so it's negative 12 and then 12. So it's going to be 0. So it's going to be 0. So this is the answer. And then here we got some question. So here we got some question for some big numbers, right? So 136 is actually smaller than negative 352, right? So you know the answer if it is a negative. So basically what you're gonna do over here is like you need to minus it. So you know that this is a subtraction, right? Subtraction. You know the answer is going to be negative. So basically what you do is you take 1 from 5 because it's not enough to subtract. 12 minus 6 is going to be 6, right? And then here since you take 1, so it's going to be 4. 4 minus 3 is going to be 1. And then 3 minus 1 is going to be 2, so it's going to be negative 216. 266 minus 16, sorry. Right? And then this is the final question. Hopefully, yeah, let's just do it, okay? So here what we have is negative 8 over 5. So first of all, we have to put out the thing in the bracket, right? So here is a negative, so it becomes positive. So always remember, you got a negative number in the bracket and there's another negative outside, so it's gonna be positive. So that's why we over here is minus 5 over 8. You're gonna add 1 over 2, and you can see over here they have different denominator, right? So here we got 8 as denominator, but over here we have 2. So always remember, like you always want to put the lower number to the higher number. So here the higher number is 8, so you want to make 2 become 8. That's the thing, okay? That's the thing. That's how you make things easy, right? So you want to make sure, like you are on the right track. So you want to make things easy, right? So let's put the number over here. So over here you want to make 2 become 8, so you have to multiply 4 over 4, right? So 4 over 4 is actually equal to 1. So right now it's equivalence. So you always want to make sure, like the number you multiply is equivalent. You don't want to make 1 over 2 become some other different number, right? You want to make sure that you're on the right track. 1 over 2 is still 1 over 2, cause right here we adding 1 by 1, so it's still 1 over 2, right? So negative 8 over 5, and then 8 2 multiplied by 4 is 8, right? We get it, right? And then 1 multiplied by 4 is equal to 4, right? So what you can see over here is that you got a negative 5. So now they have the same denominator, so it's going to do something on the numerator, right? So you're going to be negative 5 plus 4, right? So now since negative 5 is bigger, 5 is bigger than 4 and it's negative, so it's going to be some negative number, right? So it's going to be negative 1. So the answer right here is 8 over 1. Right, so negative 5 plus 4 is going to be negative 1, right? Right. So therefore it's going to be negative 1 over 8, right? So hopefully this video is helpful for you guys, okay? So hopefully this video is going to be helpful for you guys. Yeah, and if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel I will be very appreciated. So yeah, so I'm just gonna, I'm just gonna leave some moments. Okay, I'm just gonna leave some moments right now. Like, I just want to let you guys have a brief vlog about all the steps. So okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think, yeah, okay. I just want to let you guys to see all the details for all the questions. Okay. Yeah. See you guys on the next video.